With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
The McDonald's snack wrap is back. You brought it back. Ranch snack wrap. Spicy snack wrap. You broke the internet for a snack. Snack wrap is back. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's exactly a year to go before the Glasgow 2026 Commonwealth Games. A new Games for a new era, we're told. I'm John.
And I'm Michael, and coming up we'll hear the latest updates ahead of Glasgow 2026.
And my name's Phil Batty. I'm the Chief Executive of Glasgow 2026. Clyde has stepped back. I'm sure he'll still be around during the course of the 11 days next summer. And that's created space for a new, exciting mascot to join us on this adventure.
Reaction to that coming up from Commonwealth Games champion and new ambassador, Eilish McColgan. This is a special episode of the podcast with Glasgow 2026.
The countdown only gets quicker from here, doesn't it? With 365 days, 12 months, 1 year away from the 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow.
And although many of us remember the glorious Games of 2014, 12 years ago now, it's clear it won't be a rerun. 10 sports in 4 city centre locations and a brand new mascot, thanks to the help of 24 Glasgow schools. John's been catching up with Chief Executive of Glasgow 2026, Phil Batty.
It's exciting. It's one of those major milestones as you journey towards a major event. And I think there's just a real sense of anticipation in the air. A lot of people are really excited that it's back here in Glasgow next summer. So it's an exciting milestone, but it's also a key moment as we journey towards the delivery of next year.
Has it gone quickly, Phil? Because obviously you guys had to turn this around very quick, but does it feel like time is flying?
It only seems a moment ago. I was talking to you back in January about the plans, first day on the job, and time has flown. But actually, one of the great things is there's lots that's been done already for the preparations for next summer. Feeling in a really good shape. The venues are really excited. There's lots of work going on to make sure the city's ready. It feels like it's going to be on a good track for next year.
One of the big announcements with a year to go is the mascot. Why do we still need a mascot? What does it bring?
The mascot just plays such a key role, not just in enthusing and exciting spectators, but in cheering the athletes on. You know, these are peak moments of sporting endeavour. And I think we forget that moment of magic that comes from a mascot is one of those things that can light up a stadium, light up a venue, and that energy translates into the field of play. So they're really special creatures.
We found out a couple of weeks ago it won't be Clyde. From Glasgow 2014, you were always going to have someone different, weren't you?
What was really fascinating about the journey to creating this mascot was we brought 90 children and young people together, our mascot makers. We had a great conversation about what do mascots do, what's their role, what kind of characteristics do you want out of a great mascot. They met Clyde, they met Borrowby, they met Perry, so the gang was back together here in Glasgow. And although they absolutely love Clyde, and I should put that officially on the record, Clyde has stepped back. I'm sure he'll still be around during the course of the 11 days next summer. And that's created space for a new, exciting mascot to join us on this adventure.
You mentioned a little bit there about the process. It's important that you bring the children of Glasgow, the children of Scotland are involved in this process.
This is a new Games for a new era, and I think the mascot was a great statement of intent for that. It was an opportunity to hear some new voices from young people from across the city and to talk about what Glasgow 2026 can mean to them. Their parents and other family members have talking about Glasgow 2014. So this was a great opportunity to reset and rethink what the future holds.
What have the biggest challenges been so far, Phil, since you took this job in January, and now we are a year to go?
Having been in post now for 6, 7 months, I think one of the key challenges was making sure all the different parts of delivering a game were coming together in unison. So we've managed to build a fantastic team. We've got people in the team from every Commonwealth game since 2002 onwards. We've got some amazing talent in the city that's delivered fantastic events in Glasgow over the last 10 years. Getting the venues ready, and we're supported by Glasgow Life and the SEC. These are incredible world-class sporting facilities that are tried and tested and ready to deliver next summer. And then, of course, as we journey towards the rest of this year, making sure we get volunteer applications open in September, tickets going on sale shortly thereafter. So it's just a big puzzle that we're piecing together, but there's a lot of muscle memory in Scotland for delivering major events, and we're on good stead.
Also, the special tartan, I think, was released quite recently.
We announced a special tartan just last week, 74 threads representing the 74 nations and territories of the Commonwealth. Really a huge tribute to Scotland, a huge tribute to the heritage that tartan plays, but a modern, contemporary take on that for a Games of the Future.
I think there were some questions in the media recently in the last few days about they don't feel like they know enough information. Do you think this is a great moment to sort of say, hey, this is what we're doing?
1 year to go is one of those moments where the whole city and the whole country can wake up and get excited about the games next summer. It's really important that we got the foundations in place, all our key supply chain, our venue readiness, our work with our team. Now we can make sure that people know how they can get involved, whether that's volunteering, tickets going on sale. This next 12 months is about building anticipation and excitement as we journey towards next summer. And that's the same for every major event.
So effectively, what we've got to come, as you said already, is the volunteers, the tickets. That's what I often get asked is, oh no, have I missed the tickets?
You have not missed a ticket yet. There is tickets going on sale in a few months' time. Obviously, the first step as part of that is publishing the daily competition session schedule, which we'll do imminently. And that allows people to plan, what day do I need off work? Where will I be? Actually, there's going to be 6 amazing sports at the SEC campus. How can I get around them, as many as possible of them, in the 10 days of competition? So, yeah, this is really the moment where spectators can start planning their day out, planning their trip to Glasgow, and starting thinking about how they're going to cheer on the athletes.
So let's finish where we started. Huge announcement today, a year to go, with the new mascot.
Today, we've announced the new mascot. We're really excited to welcome them to the family. They're going to be a huge part of our story over the next 12 months. They'll be cheering on the athletes, they'll be connecting with communities, and they'll just be an icon of a new games for a new era, and the magic that's still to unfold.
John speaking to Phil Batty, CEO of Glasgow 2026, on this latest special edition of the podcast.
Now, it's only fair I get to introduce the new mascot. I'm sure Michael will be getting the interview about the opening ceremony in a year's time. So here it is. It's Finnie, named after the famous Finnieston crane on the docks of the Clyde that overlooks the city and the Hydro and the SEC, where many of the 10 sports will be taking place next summer. Now, Finnie is a unicorn with a traffic cone for the horn in tribute to the student prank on the statue of the Duke of Wellington outside the famous Glasgow Gallery of Modern Art. And Finnie is described as the hooved hype master. Well, Commonwealth 10,000 metre champion Eilish McColgan has also been named as the first ambassador for the Games in the last week. So I wanted to know who's more excited, Finnie or Eilish?
I'd say this morning probably Finnie. I think Finnie's energy levels are unmatched, to be honest. But it was very cool. The kids were super excited. There was a lot of high fives going on, a lot of hugs. So yeah, really nice to see how the kids' imaginations have been captured this morning.
And what an honour for you to be the first ambassador of the Games as well.
Yeah, it is a real honour. Like, it was a surprise to be asked. So yeah, really special moment for myself, for my family, particularly obviously my mum with her history of the Games too. So yeah, excited to be here. I'm very excited to see her. It's a year to go.
Does that mean you're not going to be at the Games if you're an ambassador, or?
No, still hoping. I'm still competing away. I'm not retiring anytime soon. I'm obviously very much engulfed in this year so far, so I am not thinking too far ahead on what's next competition wise. Like, 2025 isn't over for me just yet. I'm still in peak season. But yeah, I think if it had been maybe a Commonwealth anywhere else in the world, then yeah, maybe it wouldn't have been high on my agenda, but it's really hard to turn down an opportunity to race and compete in Scotland. There is really nothing quite like it. So it gives me a chance to compete in front of family and friends and community and my club, Dundee Hopeful Harriers, that have supported me over the years. So yeah, if I'm fit, I'm healthy, and I've qualified, you'll definitely see me here next year.
Yeah, you mentioned a year to go. The fact is that thankfully we're here because at one point, as you say, didn't look like the Commonwealth Games was going to happen.
No, exactly. I think kudos to Glasgow itself for coming in last minute to host the games and to, yeah, actually make it work. Do you know what I mean? Put something together that's feasible and that is still able to, yeah, capture the spirit of what the Commonwealth Games is. I think they'll do a great job at doing so. And I just know a lot of people in the city are excited to have sport back again. There's nothing quite like live sport. And I think the Scottish crowds will really get behind it.
Let's go back to Finnie, the mascot. What does it mean for an athlete to have a mascot buzzing around? Don't they just get in the way?
It's definitely more for the younger audience. It's definitely capturing their imaginations. I know that they were the ones that helped design the mascot too, but I actually have a mascot collection. So for me, I don't know many athletes that do, but I actually have a mascot collection of pretty much every championship I've ever been to. So Clyde is sitting on my cabinet at home. Yeah, it's just one of the fun parts of the games. And I think it brings everything together.
So are you the first athlete to have a little Finnie? You haven't been given one already today?
No, I probably should have one really, but to be fair, I think I'll wait until I've definitely qualified. I don't know if I deserve one until I'm there at the games, but who knows? Maybe this role as an ambassador, I'll try and I usually buy one, so maybe this year they'll be kind to me and I'll get one for free.
And I can't believe that the unicorn is the national animal of Scotland.
Yeah, I was saying that to my partner this morning. He was like, "Why do you have a make-believe animal as your national animal?" But yeah, that's us. I think it sums us up. We're unique. We're different. Something that I'm pretty proud of that. I like it. I think it's a great national animal to have. So we've done the thistle and now we're doing the unicorn. Why not?
And maybe a good way to finish, Eilish, unique and different. That's what Glasgow 2026 will be.
Yeah, for sure. I think, honestly, from 2014, one of the coolest things for me was athletes from different corners of the world telling me what an incredible experience they had in Glasgow. And then people saying to me, "Oh, that's where you're from, that's your country, you're from Scotland." That for me just sort of sealed it. They had such a brilliant time here in Glasgow. They loved it, despite a little bit of rain and a bit of cold weather, but they loved the atmosphere, they loved the people, they loved the city. And yeah, I think that's one of the cool things about it, is just giving people a chance to explore a country that I'm incredibly proud of.
Eilish McColgan speaking to us at a special event in Glasgow, marking the new mascot and a year to go. And the unicorn really is the national animal of Scotland. Finnie has been introduced to Scotland's First Minister, John Swinney, Glasgow's Lord Provost, alongside the 76 mascot makers who in effect created her. She also met two hopefuls for Team Scotland at the Games in a year's time. Para lawn bowls gold medalist Pauline Wilson, but first, Sarah Adlington.
So I am Sarah Adlington and I am a judo player.
Yeah, and a Commonwealth champion at that as well.
Wow, yeah. So I won in Glasgow in 2014 and in Birmingham in 2022. Yeah, there's been such a buzz around the place today, and Finnie, she has done an amazing job. It's been great, and I actually can't believe it's a year to go. Like, it's come around so fast.
And what does it mean for the athletes to have a mascot?
I think it brings people together, as in, like, everyone will now see Finnie, and that's what you think of the Commonwealth Games, and I think it's a good thing. And because kids and adults, like, you only have to look here today, everybody wants a picture with a mascot, so it is something that people love about the games, and people's memory of the games is often the mascot.
And you mentioned, of course, you won the title at Glasgow in 2014. Is it going to be hard, Sarah, not looking back all the time?
I don't think so. I think it was such a long time ago, and I think if this is going to be a very different games, I think we're fully aware of that. But Glasgow people in the crowds were amazing that week, and I think they'll come out and do the same again. So if it's like half as good as it was in 2014, it will be amazing. Like, I think that was one of the best weeks of my life, and the sun shone, and it was just, everything about it was just great.
Yeah, do you think you can organise that for a year's time?
What, the sun? That would be good, isn't it? Like sun and a gold medal. If we could wish for two things, you've got them.
Absolutely. And just how important is it for judo that it's included in the Commonwealth Games as well?
So it's kind of a bonus for us, isn't it? Like if it was going to be in Australia, we weren't going to be in. So I think like any opportunity we get to show our sport to people that don't know about it.
Hi guys, I'm Pauline Wilson. I'm a parabola and Commonwealth Games gold medalist from Birmingham 2022.
Have you got your medal?
I don't have it with me. I will on Saturday, but you phone me. I'm going to an event on Saturday where I have to take it.
In all seriousness, if I was a gold medalist, I would never, ever be parted.
Well, for a long time, it was in my handbag. It went everywhere with me.
I thought you might have put it on Finnie today, as of course the mascot was unveiled.
Well, there's the thought. I could have. It wouldn't. I don't know if it would have gone round our neck actually.
or got over the cone or on the head.
Yeah,
What did you
on the cone? I think she's brilliant. I think very colourful and very, very lively. Looks like she'll be a load of fun.
And what does it mean for the games to have a mascot and for the athletes to have a mascot kind of buzzing around?
I do think it's very important because it gets the crowd going. If there's a little bit of an interlude, they just fill in that space. And as I said, the antics, they always pick the right kind of people to be the mascots, and they just keep everybody going. I mean, same, Perry down in Birmingham and Bobby down in Australia. I wasn't around at 2014 when you had Clyde, because that was the year I got my leg amputated. Things on my mind.
I mean, you mentioned the fact that Clyde was there in 2014 and Perry in Birmingham, but it's nice that you've got a new mascot for a new games, because it's going to be a different type of games. I mean, you're a bowler, so you're going to be indoors rather than lawn bowls.
Yes, very much so. As I said, there's going to be 10 sports this time, so it is a wee bit condensed. But it's just the fact that at least Commonwealth Games is going to go ahead, because at one point we weren't very sure what was going to happen. And it's good to have that legacy continued. So it's great that Glasgow stepped in and saved the games. We're talking about bowling. It's going to be indoors, so it's going to be very different. You don't have to face the elements indoors. It's a very constant surface. I mean, obviously the temperature in an indoor green can change the speed of how quickly the ball will go down the carpet. Whereas outdoors, the green, you can have lumps and bumps and humps in your green. It rains, the wind, we were playing at the weekend down at Northfield and it was thunder and lightning. And if you've got an artificial leg, you don't want to be on a green when it's lightning. So, the elements can be very character building, let's just say. But it is very two different sports, indoor and outdoor.
And what would it mean to perform at a home Commonwealth Games?
I think it would be extra special, your own home crowd, because, as I say, I only live 20 minutes outside of Glasgow as well, so it literally is a home one. So, and I bowl in Glasgow. I actually bowl at Willowbank Bowling Club outdoors, so I bowl at a Glasgow club. So, I think you'd get the support of the bowlers. It would be phenomenal.
Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed that all that happens, and we'll look forward to seeing you in a year's time, hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so. Thanks very much, John. Thank you.
Pauline Wilson and Sarah Adlington before that. The new Commonwealth Games for a new era will take place from July 23rd to August 2nd, 2026. 3,000 athletes from 74 nations and territories, 200 medals awarded during the 11-day event, record-breaking para-sport programme included in that, featuring 47 medal events across 6 sports. Glasgow 2026 will also feature the largest track cycling and swim programmes ever seen at a Commonwealth Games, and on the athletics track, the famous Commonwealth Mile will return. All supported, as we've heard in this episode, by Finnie, the new Glasgow 2026 mascot. Finnie will now begin a busy schedule of appearances at schools, sporting events and community celebrations across the country ahead of Michael's favourite, the opening ceremony, this time next July.
So the latest sports schedule will be released in the coming weeks. Ticket details to follow soon as well. The Commonwealth Games 2026 is 1 year away. Stay with us for the latest as the countdown continues. This has been a special episode of the Anything But Footy podcast with Glasgow 2026.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
When we started writing our thoughts down on paper, it opened up endless possibilities. Ideas could grow beyond the borders of the mind, and it changed the world. Somewhere along the way, we lost touch with paper, distracted by devices made for every purpose except for thinking and focus. On edge, waiting for the next notification. But what if new technology didn't pull us away from paper, but brought us closer to it? Listen. That's not paper. It's the sound of the new Remarkable Paper Pro, rewriting the future. A paper tablet with a true color ink display, gentle reading light, and unheard of tactility. With digital features for taking notes, thinking, and organizing, without any distractions. Paper is about to change the world again. Get your paper tablet at remarkable.com today.